Hello my beautiful friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alyssa and I am a Seattle-based flight attendant and I love taking you guys on my trips with me. This week is going to be a little bit different. I did not vlog the entirety of my trip. However, I wanted to mix up my content and share what I eat, how I pack and prep food for a 4-day trip. Oftentimes I am on reserve, which can make packing tricky to say the least. And I wanted to kind of share what I do, what I've learned. I've been on reserve for just about a year now, and I've learned some tips and tricks as far as how I like to pack, what I typically like to bring, what lasts longest, and just my system for food because it's expensive out there. So yeah, we're gonna jump right in. I've got my little cup of tea with me I'm gonna sip on. I'm drinking some peppermint tea this afternoon. I got this mug. It is so cute. It's a little frog. Here, let me turn it this way. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. I got this mug for my birthday from my sweet boyfriend. We got it from Urban Outfitters. I think they had so many cute mugs, so I'm gonna have to go back and get some more, but this is my new favorite mug. So I'm enjoying an afternoon cup of tea, and I wanted to get this portion filmed because I did film clips of what I ate on my last 4-day trip. That was last week. I just got back from Maui and I have that vlog that I need to edit as well, but I wanted to finish up this from my last work trip. Part of me wishes that I vlogged the whole trip because it was actually such a nice trip. I had a wonderful crew and it was a really good 4-day. We went to San Luis Obispo, which is probably one of my top new layovers now. We don't get to go there very often, and I don't know if I'll ever get to go back, but that was such a gift. It was so beautiful. So I did get some clips of it just because I'm like, I know this is not what I'm not vlogging the whole trip, but I had to share with you guys the room, and I got some clips of the beach, I'm pretty sure as well, so I'll have to share that. But yeah, this week I did pick up my 4-day trip. So as you guys know, I know that I've shared before, we are able to pick up trips that are in open time, which is just flying that needs to be filled by flight attendants, and crew scheduling could put you on the trip anyway, but you are able to, the day before your reserve block, you're able to pick up a trip as long as it covers the entirety of your reserve. So for example, I had 4 days left of flying. I was able to pick up a 4-day trip because that, from start to finish, I knew what I was going to be doing, and crew scheduling will let that happen. They could still call me and change my schedule at any point, which you guys know they have. I've referenced being thrown around like a sack of potatoes before, and that does happen. But they left me alone for this trip, and it was actually so nice. It was a really good trip. We went to, oh my gosh, it's raining. It was literally sunny earlier anyway, I just got back from Hawaii last night, and of course it was so nice and sunny. I've got a little bit of a tan, and then I come back to Seattle and it's raining. I think it's warm rain. It's like in the 60s, but still, are we not over this? It's June. Anyway, sorry, little tangent I get. I'm like squirrel. But yeah, so for this trip, I was able to go to Trader Joe's since I knew that I was going to be gone for 4 days. I knew that what I needed to pack, the amount of food that I needed to pack. So I went to Trader Joe's. I like to do most of my shopping there just because it's cheaper. The only other stores I have around here are Safeway and a QFC, which is kind of similar in price to Safeway, I feel like. So I like to go to Trader Joe's. It's a little bit cheaper. My money tends to go a little bit longer there. So I enjoy the stuff they have there. So I made a list, kind of knew the items that I wanted to pick up. Went and did my shopping there, grabbed everything I needed, and then I will try to meal prep when I get home, cook whatever my meats are, whatever veggies I want to do, anything like that that needs to be prepped ahead of time. I'll try to plan it all out. One tip that I have learned that I'm grateful for, I learned this from another flight attendant. If you're trying to pack for 4 days, you run out of room quickly if you're using Tupperware containers because one, I need to get a different lunchbox. I'm not super thrilled with the one I have. It's just the one that I got when I started the job, and I definitely need to upgrade at some point, but it's just not in the budget right now. So we make do with what we've got, and I'm gonna hang on to it for a while. But the Tupperware is, when you're stacking Tupperware, it only lasts for so long. So a tip that I've learned is, a lot of times now I will put my meals in Ziploc baggies, and I know that sounds kind of weird, but I'll bring usually one Tupperware container and then that way I can heat up my meals that need to be heated up in microwaves. I have a microwave safe dish and all of that, and I'll just wash it. Some of our hotels have dish soap and sponges and like kitchen sinks, some of them, not all of them. And if not, our crew room has dish soap and sponges. I'll just rinse it out, wash it, and then reuse it, which saves me so much space. I can pack a lot more food in there, and so I'm really grateful for that. I'm gonna take a sip of my tea because it's getting cold. That's good. So lovely. My window, I live right outside of downtown Seattle, and I don't like to film here because it's always so loud out my window, but that's all right. We're gonna move forward. Basically for this vlog, I am just going to share all of my b-roll that I got of what I eat. And something to note here is I wouldn't recommend following my nutrition plan, my meals necessarily. One, the thing about our job is that we can work really long days and not have a ton of time to eat. So sometimes I have 4, maybe 5 flights in a day, and you're going up, down, up, down, up, down, boarding, deplaning, and you don't always have time to get a snack in. So I try to pack things, like I've learned how hard it is to get a snack in between flights, just to like get something that symbolizes a lunch. So I wouldn't necessarily say that it's always the healthiest way to go. We are allowed to pause boarding if we absolutely need a snack. Like we are allowed to go up to the captain and say, hey, like I need a 5-minute break to eat some food. I haven't had anything in me for a few hours and I'm starting to feel pretty famished or whatever, and they will honor that. So that is something that we're allowed to do. But you know, when you're in the middle of the workday, you want to just go and be done and get to your layover and know that you're done for the night. So sometimes it's tempting to just power through work and eat when you can. Other times we have like a 2 or 3 hour sit in between flights, and that's usually when I'll take advantage of eating meals. Even if I'm not necessarily starving for it, I will definitely take an opportunity. Like if this is my window to eat, this is when I'm gonna eat, because if I don't eat now, then I'm not gonna eat for the next 4 hours. So that's something that has been definitely challenging in this lifestyle. If you're considering being a flight attendant, or if you already are a flight attendant, then you know how it goes. It's a little bit easier when you have a line, I'm sure, because you know exactly where you're flying, what your flights are, all of that. For me, being on reserve, I never know where I'm going to be when I'm going to be flying until really last minute typically. So that is a challenge, but it's something that you just got to work with in this job, right? You have to be flexible and figure it out. So as someone who is pretty healthy, I try to be healthy. I'm not perfect, but I'm definitely working toward health conscious decisions, trying to eat whole foods and just snacks that are gonna bring me my macronutrients and give me all of the good things that I need to feel sustained throughout my day. So that has definitely been a challenge for me. So that's why I like going to Trader Joe's. They tend to have some healthier snacks as well. So I know like sometimes it's easier to have quick snacks. So for this trip, I would eat a Chomps bar and some cheese slices. Like instead of like cheese sticks, they're little cheese slices from Trader Joe's, just to have the snacks. And then I would have multi-grain crackers and guacamole dip that was already prepped, like little cups to go from Trader Joe's as well, so I can eat that really quickly. Or yeah, cheese bar and Chomps, and kind of get that down pretty quick, get a little bit of protein in, some healthy fats, and move on with my day. That will at least tie me over for a little bit. I do like to do protein bars, depending on like the kind of protein. I know not all of them are super healthy for you, but I do try to pack protein bars with me. And one of the things I don't typically pack a lot for is breakfast, because most of the hotels, most of them that we go to, have a free breakfast included. So I can get some kind of protein, some sort of egg, some fresh fruit, some yogurt. They always have like cereal, stuff like that. So it will depend. For this specific trip, my favorite was that we got a free breakfast voucher to a restaurant next to the hotel in San Luis Obispo. And so I went down in the morning, walked to the beach, sat, read my book on the Word, and then I was able to come back up, go get into the restaurant, and I got a free Eggs Benedict dish with a cup of coffee. And I think it was like a $20 voucher or something like that. And it was phenomenal, you guys. That was like the best experience. I just sat outside in the outdoor patio area, and like it overlooked the water. It was so cute. It was really dreamy. And I was like, I wish every single layover could be like this, because this is amazing. And then sometimes you get like the powdered scrambled eggs at a breakfast, and some sausage, you know? So it really just depends. We have a wide variety. Some hotels have discounts for the restaurants, so it'll be like a 20% off coupon for flight crew or something like that. But I don't like to bank on that, so I always bring cups of oatmeal that I'll take from like previous hotel breakfasts. Like whenever, I'll always stock up on those and grab extra when I'm there just to have it, because those are super nice and really easy, especially the ones that are in the cups, because then I could just use some hot water on the plane, mix it up with my spoon. I bring reusable utensils, and so I could just mix it up and eat that pretty quickly. Even if I'm in the middle of service, like for early morning flights, I don't usually eat a breakfast at all because I'm not hungry. If I'm up at 3 in the morning, I'm not eating. So by the time I'm in flight number 2, I'm kind of hungry. So that's a really good go-to. I always have extra packets of oatmeal too. I usually just do like the maple and brown sugar from Trader Joe's. And then, so I always have extra of that. And yeah, just some good snacks. I like to get like either the chia seed like squeezers from Safeway, or Trader Joe's has like organic applesauce squeezers, and so those are really easy to pack and they're really easy to just twist the lid off, get down some applesauce and throw it away, and that can kind of tie me over if I'm feeling like I want something light but I'm not hungry, super hungry. That's a great thing for me as well. And so I'm pretty sure I packed some of those for the trip. And yeah, that's kind of how I go. It's hard because some days you're in the air, you're away from a refrigerator for 12, maybe 14 hours out of the day. And so you're relying on some ice packs to keep your food good and cold and just keep everything at a healthy temperature. And that can be kind of hard. I know one time I forgot my ice packs in the hotel freezer before, so I had to go out and get some new ones actually before this trip because I had lost my other ones. So that can also be challenging. And then the other hard part is that most of our hotel rooms have like a mini fridge, but it doesn't have a freezer component. So if you want your ice packs to stay really cold, you have to take them down to the front desk the night before. Like right when you get in, maybe you check in, you get your keys, you hand over your ice packs to them, and then you have to remember to get them in the morning, which is I did not do. I forgot mine, but you could also do that as well. So that's an option, but that's kind of it. I'll share the clips throughout of what I ate, and if you guys have any questions, please let me know. If you have any tips or advice or tricks for how to pack food for travel, please let me know. I am like so open to learning and hearing suggestions on that, because I'm still solidifying my favorite way to pack. Like I'm constantly changing things and figuring out what I like and what I don't like, and it's been fun. Like that's part of the job, is like learning to be flexible and learning different tips and tricks on how to pack and all of that. So yeah, that's what I do. I definitely will eat out occasionally if my crew wants to go out, or if I'm in a place where I just want to treat myself and I've got a little bit of extra in the budget to do that. Then I've definitely done that in previous vlogs. I really enjoy that as well. Otherwise, I just try to pack all my food into my sweet little lunchbox, and that's all I've got. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.